Hey, what's up guys? Drew here over at Rev Hiker Outdoors, and I wanted to show you my latest pack setup, and I wanted to go over how to pack your backpack when you're going ultralight, because it is going to be a little bit different. So here we go. This is my current setup that I've got going. This is my Marmot compressor, little closed cell foam pad, and I just want to show you guys how I pack this, because you know, in order to be comfortable, you need to have this pretty well flat. You guys can see here, this backpack has absolutely zero structure. It comes with a thin foam pad that goes here. I've taken that out. I've taken a bunch of other things out to make it as light as can be. But you can see that it's still flat. The thing is still very comfortable, so I wanted to go over and show you how I do that. Now, the first thing, I know someone's going to complain about the order in which I put this in, but let me just say this. My rain gear goes in my pocket because I use one of those dollar store ponchos, just those super thin ones, plastic. So that goes in my pocket. Now, if I need to unpack this, I've got my poncho. I can get my stuff out dry before anyone says anything. So anyway, this is how to pack it so it's comfortable. So first thing I do is I put my sleeping roll ends up on top. Just kind of mushed down on top of everything and then buckled in with the top loop. Now a lot of people, if you've got a bigger pack, see I go really small and lightweight. If you got a bigger pack, you can certainly stuff this right down the center, open it up, and let this be your structure. Or you can fold it into thirds and put it in there so that it fits the back. But if you don't have that option, like myself, then this is what you do. Now, bulky and hard items that I'm going to need a lot: headlamp, my water filter, and my spoon and fork. That stuff all goes in the top pocket. I don't want any of that against my back, and truthfully, I don't want any of it up against my other gear because I don't want holes in my other stuff. So that's that. Now, in the main pocket here, the first thing I've got is just the straps for my hammock. I want them right on top. They're going to be some of the first things that go up. Next, what I've got, and now some people might disagree with this, I don't really care, it makes it really comfortable and convenient for me. I've got my puffer jacket, just kind of stuffed very loosely in there. But what it does is contain my cook kit. It keeps that pushed right against the other stuff in my pack. Now, if I want to get at the other things without taking this out, say if it's raining, I can still do that. So let's just put it back the way it was. Got this set right in there. And I've got the puffer jacket all around it. Now, this pack is waterproof because I've sprayed it so many times. I can just go right down the side here and pull out whatever I want. I can pull out my hammock, I can go down the other side, and I can pull out I can pull out my sleeping bag and my tarp, and it'll all stay relatively in there. And like I said, if I've got a poncho, it's going to be right over this if it's pouring anyway. So anyway, let's get down to that. So I've got this out now. The next thing, this is my head net, my mosquito head net. Now, I just kind of set this on its side, and I put my bivvy, my hammock, and my tarp, my poncho tarp, just like that, and I set that right in the bottom. Now here's what that does. It gives you a flat surface right here. And it loads most of the bulky, weighty items right at the bottom. And well, it's more centered on your back because this is such a small pack. But what that does is it makes a flat surface right up against my back. The next thing that's going to go up against my back is going to be my map and toilet paper and my little first aid and gear repair kit. That's going to go flat right there. So that's soft and flat right up against my back. This is my beanie. That's just gonna get stuffed in with all the other sleep gear. And then this just sits right on top. I'll show you. The cup sits against the toilet paper and the map, so this isn't poking into my back, and the wire handle sticks up, and then everything's covered by this. And then I just stuff the down jacket all around the other inside parts, and then nothing's poking me in the back. So that's just how I pack this little one for comfort. One thing I will tell you, whether you're traditional backpacking or ultralight, is don't get your heavy gear too far out, away from your back. You want to keep the heaviest stuff right in tight to your back. So actually when I pack this, the tarp and the hammock are going to be right at the bottom, right against my back, because they're a little heavier. This is only 8.5 ounces, so that's kind of the middle one that sits up a little ways and is a little farther away from my back. But it's just a thing of leverage. If you've got things farther out on your back, they're going to feel heavier because there's more of a lever, an arm on there. So you just want to keep all that stuff as tight to your back as possible. So anyway, what I would do is, if I had food, a lot of my food, I'm going to have kind of stuffed in my cargo pockets, the snacks and stuff, and then the actual meals, they're going to be packed right in tight to my body, where my map and all that stuff is. I don't know if you guys can see down in here or not, but that's going to be packed right up here, kind of near the middle, and right tight to my back, and I'll keep it all under control and loaded with this. So they're going to go, all that stuff's going to go on either side of my cook kit, and then once it's all loaded in, then you use this to take up the extra space, because the down jacket weighs absolutely nothing, so it doesn't really matter if it's farther out. I actually like it that way because it keeps all my other stuff loaded in tight. A lot of people that talk about traditional backpacking, they look at this and they say, well, there's no organization, there's no this, there's no that. Well, I can keep my load tight and controlled by the use of this down jacket, and I'm not crunching it down so much that it's going to lose its loft. It's much easier to loft out when I go to sleep or in the morning when it's much colder. So this is kind of my load control, and instead of using all kinds of straps and pockets and junk that adds weight and it's pointless, I use my down jacket to pack everything tight. Now, with this setup, it is kind of a fair weather thing in that you can't go too awful cold with it. And so if I need to wear this in the morning, this is still all so light that it's not going to make a difference, but truth be told, I get hot really fast, so I almost never wear this stuff. I might wear it around camp when I'm breaking down, but when I'm ready to hike, I'm going to throw this in. I'm going to get moving on the trail pretty quick, and I'll heat up. So anyway, keep the straps on top, and keep the jacket to control everything and keep everything from bouncing and jiggling around. Cinch that down, and then this will sit right on top, kind of mush down, and this will keep everything really nice and tight. And oh, lost my stuff. Put that right in there. Zip that up. Now, if you guys can see that, there's really no lumps. There's nothing that's going to be poking into my back. This is actually nice and smooth, and this is going to keep me really comfortable. All the bulky, pokey things are up top, or hidden right within the center of the pack. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it, and just remember that you want to keep your mass when you're packing your backpack centralized and tight to your back. And then stuff that you're going to need, I would say don't even put it in the pack. I would say just throw it right in your pockets unless it's huge. But as far as rain gear and snacks and stuff, don't even bother putting them in your pack. You don't want to have to stop or to take your pack off to do any of that. So what I do is just throw it right in my cargo pockets. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Comment below if you've got a different way of doing it, or you know, if you've got any tips or tricks that you use for packing your pack and how to keep it comfortable. But anyway, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. So I just kind of plant this right where I want it. go.